So we really want to take advantage of having you with us today to talk about the Latin America's AI landscape. You've worked closely with the government of Peru on AI policy and legal frameworks. How are Latin American governments approaching AI regulation?
In Latin America, AI policy has taken a while to advance. Partly, it is due to biases from legislators. These biases are based on their ignorance of the technical implications of AI and how it can benefit productive activities as well as to enhance public services. Currently, the most advanced and comprehensive regulation is the AI Legal Framework Bill in Brazil. Chile has a national AI policy and it focuses on algorithmic bias, the use of AI on public services, and its impact on human rights. Argentina and Colombia lack any significant AI law and only have AI ethics guidelines that are not enforceable. In Peru, ever since 2023, we have an AI law, but this one is focused mostly on promoting the use of AI for the economic and social development of the nation, as well as stresses out the importance of its ethical use. Clearly, AI law in Peru is only the beginning of a legal framework on the topic, and there are more precise AI bills that are being debated currently in Congress with the assistance of technical specialists in the field and international institutions such as UNESCO.
We often hear about Brazil as an emerging AI hub. Is that the center of AI in Latin America, or are there other countries catching up?
Yes, there is a political will in Brazil's government to establish the country as a reliable AI hub in the region. For instance, in July 2024, the Brazilian government announced the investment of 4 billion US dollars to promote infrastructure for AI development, dissemination, training, and public services improvement in the country. Also, the Ministry of Science, Technology, and Innovation Overseas launched the Brazilian Artificial Intelligence Plan 2024-2028.
How does AI regulation in Latin America compare to the US and in Europe?
Well, Europe is no doubt the continent that is leading AI regulation across the globe. Governments in Latin America are following the legislative advancements in Europe and trying to incorporate similar regulation into their own legislation. In addition, countries in the region, such as Peru, Argentina, and Uruguay, are signatories of the Council of Europe's Framework Convention on Artificial Intelligence and Human Rights, Democracy, and the Rule of Law. Although the US doesn't have a federal AI law, it does have executive orders and state laws that have laid the groundwork for data protection and risk management. But their focus is mainly based on innovation due to the AI development happening in the world and the country. In Latin America, most businesses and technological institutions are not yet focused on developing AI, and governments have a more reactive approach to regulation because AI such as ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini are already available. And these AI softwares have been used by people already in the region. Therefore, there is a need to regulate it to avoid negative impacts on human rights, electoral interference, spread of misinformation, violations to data privacy, among other issues.
If you are a business leader looking at the Latin American markets, what's your biggest piece of advice for navigating AI compliance?
Well, Marianne, the Latin American AI regulation landscape is constantly evolving. Therefore, I would advise business leaders to take the Brazilian AI bill as a reference because it is definitely influencing how other nations in the region approach their own legislative framework. Those in the financial and healthcare sectors are the ones that need to keep track of legislative advancements regarding AI regulation because they're especially under higher scrutiny by regulators in the region. Also, I would suggest for business leaders to invest significant resources in cybersecurity infrastructure such as firewalls, encryption, and intrusion detection systems. It is important to know that in the last couple of years, there's been a rise of cyber crimes in Latin America because hackers have been uncovering weak cybersecurity systems. Hence, businesses in Latin America are being exposed and have been exposed to be more vulnerable to cyber attacks and data breaches than their counterparts in Europe.
Renzo, thank you very much for an insightful discussion. AI-powered spyware is a real and growing threat, but understanding it is the first step in staying protected.
Exactly. And AI is shaping policy and security worldwide, and Latin America is no exception. For business leaders, staying informed is key to staying ahead. Are AI-driven threats something your company is preparing for?
We would love to hear from you. If you have insights, reach out. We're here to simplify AI's complexities and bring real-world solutions to the table.
Thanks for listening to AI Honest
And CTO News Thursday. See you next time.